Today I will be talking about women's rights around the globe and why it is important. The meaning of women's rights. Women's rights is promoting a position of legal and social equality of women with men. They didn't have the right to live free from violence and discrimination. They didn't have the physical and mental health care they deserved, which wasn't fair because them as people, mothers, and wives deserved that as much as men. Also, we didn't have the right to be educated, which wasn't fair because in life you need education, no matter the gender. Women rights before today. Women had to follow laws and had no voice. Legally, they couldn't subordinate their husbands and they couldn't own their own things or keep their wages. When it came to divorce or child custody, men had so much power over them, and as mothers, they did not have the right to have their children in their care. Which I feel that it's a problem because I see it as a lot of children cannot be without their mothers. And if the mother is willing to still be there, the child should still have both of their parents in their lives, no matter the situation, divorce, or child custody. Last but not least, husbands had so much power that they could beat and imprison their wives. Women rights today. We are able to live free from violence and discrimination. We have the right to go to school, the right to vote, the right to earn equal salary for jobs, which I think is very important, and I'll get to that on the next slide. And we have the right to be able to own properties. Also, we have the right to advance education, to hold public office, to vote, or to sit on a jury. Gender inequality meaning and examples. Gender inequality is the discrimination on the basis of sex or gender, and men's rights are above women's rights. Some examples are gender bias in education, the gender pay gap, poor access to healthcare, and lack of presentation for women and girls at the policy level. When it comes to gender pay gap, it makes it so upsetting because women are as hardworking as men are, and gender should never matter. Another important thing, back then women couldn't vote. When they had the right to vote, it was so dangerous that they couldn't leave their homes, be out in public, or be in the polls because men didn't like the fact that they had some kind of power, which is very upsetting. Here's a picture of when I say that gender gap is very upsetting because no matter what, we both work as hard, and sometimes women work harder than men. A little about the Wade versus Roe. People, as in men, had opinions about whether women should be able to have abortions or not, which shouldn't be their part to have an opinion because they don't know what women go through with pregnancies, and there's just certain situations that shouldn't have happened, but do. It's our body and our choice, and no man should have a say. Now, a little bit more about the situation. 9 states have already implemented the abortion bans. More are in process. Physicians had to stop providing abortion care, and taking abortions away just increases women looking for other options, which can increase more deaths. Which is a very upsetting and crazy thing because the fact that we would have to go look somewhere else that can be very dangerous for ourselves and for the baby just doesn't make it fair for us. Now, a little about sexism towards women. So I did get this off Google just to put it out there. Sexism is a prejudice or discrimination against a person or group based on their sex or gender. It primarily affects women and girls, and it is the root cause of gender equality worldwide. Another big issue is men thinking women can't do things like they can, that we aren't as strong or as talented as them, which isn't true because we can do as much as them or more, because women make better people. They help them in ways other men can't, but they won't see it like that because they think it's a big deal getting help from a woman. They see it as a crime when a woman helps them or does something better than them. But instead, we should be helping each other and supporting each other at the end of the day. Something I want to talk about a little more is sexual violence. Back then, when girls would say no to any sexual intercourse, they would either die or be beaten. And no men would get punished. But now it's very different, and girls have, and women have the right to go to the police, go to any kind of authority, and are able to do a little more about it. And even still, there's a lot of work to do on that.